Let him out. Gizmo, go back. Thank you. Let me turn this down. I was wondering what my other earrings were. Oh, I gotta go get some tissue. Look like my nose trying to run. What the hell is this? I don't know what YouTube did, but I guess they updated. Hold on, y'all. Don't say nothing about my bun, okay? Because I'm not fixing it. I'm at home in my house. I'm gonna get started and people can come in when they come in. Let me find this thing that I was looking for. And if you hear my stomach growling, mind your business on that too. Because we having some digestion issues. I just ate half of an In-N-Out burger. And I guess my digestion is loud anyway. So if I'm ever on live and you hear my stomach, just know that I have loud digestion. That's normal for me. I want to talk about what's been going on with Cindy. And it's kicking it with Sin City, who is Walt's beloved brother, Walt. That's his wife. Lately, for the past couple of days, she been on here just going off on people. Just letting them have it. Just hitting below the belt. I mean, going completely off. And maybe that's normal for her. And I've just never seen it before. But I've never seen her go off like this. Like, I've never seen her just flat out curse people out like this. I didn't know that that was her. And it just don't look like her. And I could be completely wrong. Like, I could be totally wrong. And if I am wrong and you've seen her go off like this and you know that she goes off like this, put it in the comments and let me know. But it just don't look like her. Like, it don't look like she normally just goes off like that. And be cussing and, calling people words that we no longer use. Because there are certain words that are not in the rotation anymore. And the R word that used to be used for special needs is one of those words. We don't call people that anymore. That's actually a derogatory term. And she was like legit calling another content creator that word. We're not using that. I think that was one of the things that Obama did while he was in term, was to make sure that, that word wasn't used for people who had special needs or develop. You gonna stay up?
Yeah.
Oh, why he didn't ask me?
Huh?
Why he didn't ask me?
I don't know. He never.
He ain't gonna ask me.
Mm-mm.
For people who have um developmental delays, there are other words that can be used instead of the R word. And I do have, a few friends who, like, I have a few friends who have worked with um children in um special needs. Like, one of my friends is special need. Well, she's a retired special needs teacher. And then I've had other friends who have. I have two friends who are retired special needs teachers, and then I have a few other friends who have, worked with children with developmental delays. If you see me wiping my nose, I got allergies. Okay, but anyway, that was one of the words that she kept spewing in her, read to this person, her disrespect to another content creator that I guess she is, having a problem with. And when the other person, if you cuss somebody out and the other person don't say anything, did you really cuss them out? Or were you just talking? Because if you get riled up enough to get online and cuss for 5 or 10 minutes and upload that video, because it's not a live, it's a recorded video. So you get on here and you cuss for 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then you upload the video. And the person that you was doing all that cussing at don't respond to you. Did you really cuss them out? Because they didn't respond. They don't want to have chosen not to respond to you. They heard it. I'm pretty sure they heard everything, because you know how people are on social media. If somebody says something about me, I'm going to get 50, 11 dozen emails. Girl, so and so was talking about you. Hey, Shun, how you doing? I was just writing you this email to tell you that so and so was talking about you. Somebody's going to tell you. You're not going to miss if someone speaks negatively about you. Now, if someone says something positive about you, if someone uplifts you or says something good about you, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. Not one person gonna jump in my inbox and say, "Hey girl, I just wanted to let you know that won't, said some really nice things about you, girl. You should go over to her channel and listen." Ain't nobody gonna tell you that. But let won't say you fat or ugly or say something bad about you. They gonna tell you, girl. They gonna tell you everything. Because that's how social media is set up. Social media is not set up for anything positive. Like, y'all don't want positive. You want drama. You like drama. Like, and then I get people all the time talking about, oh, it's so negative. It's so toxic. It's so much drama. But that's the stuff you watch. The normal day-to-day life of somebody, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see happy people. You want to see people that are fighting. You want to see people that are arguing. The video where people thought that me and my husband was fighting got over 300 views when I put it on private. But a normal video of me and him just going for a ride, chit chatting in the car and stuff will only get about 50 views. Y'all want people to fight and argue. You like toxic. Don't tell me that you don't. Because channels like Peach McIntyre, those channels get hundreds of thousands of views. Like she says, she gets 1 million views in a month. And she is the epitome of toxic. She hella toxic. Her and her husband are very toxic. Her whole everything about her. And she got some, every now and then she'll make some good points. But she is extremely toxic. But y'all love it. Those are the people that social media make rich. She got people following her on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere she go, people gonna follow her because they want to see the craziness that she is doing. And some of the stuff I will watch it because my life ain't toxic. That's the only way I'm gonna see toxic is if I see it in somebody else's life because my life ain't toxic. So the only way I'm gonna see toxic is if I see it in somebody else. Now, Miss Cindy, I think Cindy is going through the stages of grief. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 major stages of grief. And I think Miss Cindy about to hit them all. And denial is the first stage and anger is the second. So we have denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and the last stage is acceptance. And I think Miss Cindy is going through all of those stages of grief. When you lose your mama and you were close to your mother, you had a good relationship with your mother, I don't think it's anything in the world as traumatic as losing your mother. I don't. And I done lost both my parents. My father was too young for me to remember. Like I was too young. I was like 5 years old. But my mother, I lost my mother in 2011. And I think that I went through every single one of these stages. But the difference is I had a grief counselor. I took advantage of the grief counseling that the hospice had provided for people in my mother's, it was through my mother's insurance. So after my mother passed away, they gave anybody in the family, the immediate family, had an opportunity to go to grief therapy for a whole year. And I took advantage of it. I did the entire year. But I'm one of them people that I believe in therapy anyway. I'm not one of those people that don't believe in therapy, won't go to therapy, don't think that therapy is a good idea. I've always thought that therapy was a good idea, and I've been in therapy before. So for me to go to grief therapy was, just more therapy. Hey, Barbara. Cece did the same thing when Walt left the first time. Walt is gone again. If she was really grieving her mom, why not turn to family or to her kids? Because they're probably grieving also. It's hard for other people to help you in your grief if they're grieving. And who turns to their children? What mother turns to their children for help? Like, seriously. If I'm having problems now, I'm not going to, my adult children are the last people that I would turn to. Well, for one, I have boys, and I I just wouldn't when I can go to therapy. You know, I don't think a lot of people really understand grief. Grief is a very interesting emotion. It can come to you out of nowhere and make you act in ways that you would not normally act. And you don't know how to control it. It's hard to control. And anger is hard to control anyway. I'm not saying that she was not an angry person before this happened. Some people have an angry spirit, they just have an angry nature. And when things happen to them, or when someone says something to them, the first thing they want to do, the first thing that they think about doing is popping off. Now, you just have an angry spirit. I'm not saying that that's not who she is as a person because I don't know her. But couple that with grief. If you already have that, you already have that going on. You already a ticking time bomb. And then you couple that with the anger of grief. You're going to have some real issues. There's going to be some real issues there. Because I just think that the way she is going at people is just weird. And some of it is kind of like, I did watch the interview that she did with Loca. I did get a chance to watch it. Some of this stuff that is going on is for attention. Like she wants to make some money on YouTube. She's trying to drive views to her YouTube channel. So some of the stuff that she's doing is for attention. But I think she's going overboard with it. I think it's more than just getting views. It's more than that. It's something underlying there. Walt is gone and she's mad. I don't think Walt is gone. I don't think Walt is gone anywhere. I think he's still there. I think, Walt was in on the prank. She came out and said it was a prank. Walt was in on it. He just didn't say nothing. Because what is he going to say? Walt don't do much talking. Does he even still do videos? I mean, I stopped watching Walt a long time ago because his videos were so dry and he never said anything. He would just, eat the food and not say nothing. Like, you got to say something, bruh. And so I don't see Walt as an actor. Walt is not going, like, if me and my husband do a prank, at least you're going to get some words from him. He will talk. Too much, probably. But he is a talker. Walt don't talk. Walt don't say much. And Cindy said Walt was in on the prank. He knew what was going on. Her mom died a year ago. She only bring her up for sympathy. This is the same lady that said she was grieving her mama, then said she wanted to do a prank. Make that make sense? It does make sense to me. You can't put a time limit on how long somebody can grieve their mother. My mother passed in 2011. I'm still grieving. So what are you saying? Just because her mother died a year ago, she shouldn't still be grieving? That's kind of weird. Make that make sense. You are always going to be grieving somebody I'm never going to bust out and tell somebody how long they should be grieving, or it's been 3 years, you shouldn't still be grieving. Like, what is that? She could still be grieving her mother. I mean, and if she wants to talk about her mother or how she's feeling about her mother, that's not saying she's doing it for sympathy. So when I talk about the death of my mother, it was just my mother's birthday, October the 25th. When I did a post about her, was I seeking sympathy, or was I just honoring my mother as an ancestor? I never let her birthday go without saying happy birthday, without saying her name, without honoring her, because she is now one of the ancestors of this family. But am I seeking sympathy because I bring my mother up? Is that how you see it? Because that's not how I see it. And if Cindy brings her mother up, I'm never going to say she's bringing her up for sympathy. She's bringing her up because she's thinking about her and she loves her mother. I don't care if it's a year or 10 years. So after a year, you can't bring up a deceased relative because that's you trying to garner sympathy? I don't understand that. Well, she said the reason, I guess she had probably already thought about doing the prank. And she said because she was already crying or had been crying, she felt like it would be a good time to do it because it would look original. Because she already had like tears in her eyes. I guess she had been, crying or thinking about her mom or whatever. And then she said, hey, this would be a good time to do the prank because I'm already. This is what she said in Loca's video. She said since she had already been upset and already been crying, she felt like that would be a good time to do the prank. I'm pretty sure they had already talked about the prank. When me and my husband did the prank, we had already talked about that 2 or 3 days before the thing, before we actually did it. We had already talked about it. And then figured out which day we wanted to do it. So I'm pretty sure her and Walt had probably already, they had probably already talked about, oh, well, maybe we should do a prank or something to bring more attention, or like she say, wake up the YouTube streets. I don't think it, because she's bragging now about what she did, woke up the YouTube streets. I don't think that, you know, it made that loud of a noise in the YouTube streets. I think people, there are certain people that, of course, had something to say, but I don't think she shook the table. I don't think she shook the table of YouTube. And people need to understand that this sector of YouTube is not that big to shake the table. It's not that many people in this mukbang sector for you to shake the table of YouTube. You're not making that much money. You're not, making that much of a impact. Cindy is just fine. Be glad she's giving y'all some content. Y'all sure on it. Yeah, we are. That's what YouTube is for. If no one made content, there would be no YouTube, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Or what are we supposed to just come on here and not say nothing? Y'all sound stupid. Some of y'all are just, I don't know where your mind be. Because that's the purpose of YouTube, is to make content. No one is exempt from content. Nobody. Okay? So, I don't know what you was expecting. Oh, I'm so grateful. Oh, if you know her personally, go back and tell her, since you seem to be one of her biggest cheerleaders. You know her personally, go back and tell her I said thank you. Okay? Because I probably will make $1 or 50 cents from this little janky video. If that. Y'all act like people making millions of dollars off of these little subscribers who have less than 50,000, these content creators who have less than 50,000 subscribers. We're not getting rich off these people. Are you okay? Girl, I'm not getting rich off of Cindy. What I got is made from two people that work. I have a job, a house, a brand new car. None of that shit came from Cindy. You okay? Because you don't seem like you okay. You seem a little lost. I'm not mad, but I'm telling you, you are stupid. You don't sound stupid. You are stupid. Exactly, to make content, but she's mad because people are doing content. She know it's true. Walt is gone and she's mad. Who is mad? Who is mad? Who is mad because Walt is gone? And I'm going by what Cindy said. Cindy said, let me let you shake me some more. Let me let you shake me some more. Okay. Cindy said that they're fine. So I'm going by what she said. I don't think Walt is gone anywhere. Now this is my opinion. I think Walt is still at home, and all of these are Cindy's videos. She came out and said it was a prank. So I don't think he's gone anywhere. Cindy is mad that he left her. And Cindy is mad people are making videos about what she posted. I don't think he left her though. Now I could be wrong. But I don't think he's gone. I'm believing what she said. She said that it was a prank and that they are fine. I'm going to believe that. I think it was a prank. I think it was a prank, and she didn't let it play out long enough. She should have just took what people were saying and just kept going with it. Because she could have, because she don't have to film Walt. You know what I mean? She could have just kept making her videos and running with the storyline, and it would have been cool. But she changed it up and came back and said it was a prank. After people... Now, you want people to talk about you, but then when people talk about you, you get mad. You can't have it both ways. As a content creator, you know people going to talk about you. They're going to talk. That was what you wanted. Because she told Loca that she wanted to get some shit started. So when you get it started, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Just keep going in that direction. But she decided to say, no, it was a prank. We're fine. Ha ha, got you. I think he's still at home. She also said Walt don't make her happy, nor do he satisfy her. But she married him. She's a liar. You know, when I don't know, I'm not sure if you saw Loca's the interview that she did with Loca, and Loca asked her how did her and Walt get together, and she said that she saw Walt on B Love's channel. I guess she must have saw him in some of B Love's videos, because I never watched mukbang videos back in the day when B Love was popular. I never watched her. I didn't watch her back then. When she was at the height of her popularity, I didn't watch her. So I didn't know nothing about her. I didn't even know she had a brother or a sister. I didn't know nothing about Walt, B Love, Adrian. I started watching Adrian's channel. That's when I found out that Adrian, B Love, Walt were brothers and sisters. But anyway, let me go back. Cindy said she saw Walt on B Love's channel. She messaged Walt. She jumped in Walt's DMs and started talking to him. That was how they met. So to me, it seems like from the gate, Cindy has, either wanted to be, because she said she messaged him because she kind of wanted some information about social media, or, wanted to try to get her YouTube off the ground or whatever. And so it was kind of like you messaged Walt because you wanted to you wanted in on the thing. You wanted in on the YouTube you wanted in on the YouTube thing. That's what she wanted. Where is this woman at? Okay. One thing I'm going to do is get rid of you. If you get on my nerves, I'm going to get rid of you quickly. I don't have time to, I'm not going back and forth with nobody. Ain't none of my mods here tonight, and I don't have the patience for that. So I'm just telling you, you will be blocked. I'm gonna block you. I don't have time to play with ignorant ass people. I will block you. So Cindy wanted to meet Walt because of who he was. That she came out and said that herself. That's not something that people have to guess about or speculate about. She messaged Walt because of who he was. And that's like, oh, your sister is rich. Let me message you to see if I can get in on some of that money. And it don't look like it worked out like that, because Walt does not have the same appeal or personality as B Love does. That's her brother. Yeah. But his personality, hey Naya, his personality is not like B Love's. He is not able to carry the channel, a channel, or, his content is not that of Beloved. So, of course, he's not going to get the views. And if you're not getting the views, you're not making the same money. So, I don't know if Cindy thought that eventually, his views would get up there like his sisters, but Walt's personality is dry. His personality is dry. Like, I tried to watch him a few times and he just doesn't say anything. He's not talking. So I don't see how people watch him. Some people, y'all take this shit way too serious. If someone is talking about, let me say this. This stuff is content. That's all it is. It is just content. It's nothing else. We are just having a conversation. I don't take any of this stuff serious. As a matter of fact, I don't care if Walt and Cindy are together. I don't care if they're not together. I don't care if they're rich. I don't care if they're poor. I don't care. They're just people that I'm talking about. I take none of this stuff serious because I have my own husband. I have my own marriage. I have my own house. I have my own life that I put all of my real energy into. The energy that I put into people that I don't know and will never, ever, ever meet is this much. We're having a conversation about it. When the conversation is over, I close this computer and I go on with my regular life, like some of you should do. Some of you people get too invested in this to the point where you really get mad at other people or get an attitude with other people that are just talking about somebody that you like, but you will never meet. You will never meet Cindy. The people that are on here, you will never meet Cindy. Never. You will never sit down with her and break bread or anything. Just like me. I will never meet her. I don't even have a desire to meet her. But is she content? Yeah. Just like everybody else I'll talk about. Or everything else I'll talk about. Hey, Purple Moon. Barbara said he is dry around her. His miserable when he and his sister, he's totally different. A lot of people say when he's with Beloved, he's totally different than he is when he's at home. But that's his sister. You know what I mean? Like, they have a history. Like, I'm different around my kids who have known me since birth, know a different me than my husband who's only known me for, oh, damn. Actually, my husband has known me longer than my kids have. Because my husband has known me since I was 17. So actually, he's known me longer than they have. But they know a different me than he does. Of course, there's going to be a different banter when you're around your sibling than it is when you're around your wife. Maybe they don't play with each other like that. Not all relationships are the same. Like me and my husband are very goofy around each other. We're really playful and touchy and stuff. I don't expect every marriage I see to be the way we are. And maybe they just not like that. Cindy don't seem like she playful to me. I don't see them, you know, playing and stuff. She just don't seem playful. Now that's just to me. She seems kind of serious and maybe they don't feed off of each other like that. I can't say because I don't know either one of them. And I don't think that I watched them enough to really be able to have that type of criticism. I don't watch either of them enough. Like I didn't watch Walt enough to even pick up his personality. Like his personality just seems really flat. And I have seen him before on a couple of B Love's videos, and when they're together they are laughing and stuff. But I think by himself he's just naturally kind of flat. I could be wrong. But that's how it seems to me. He seems like he kind of needs somebody to feed off of. If he has somebody to feed off of, it seems like he can be funny. But it just don't seem like he's funny by himself. He seems a little flat by himself. But that's just how some people's personality is. He should be able to be himself with his wife and siblings. But maybe that is his self though. Maybe he is just more reserved when he's at home. Maybe his sister brings out a funny in him that his wife doesn't bring out. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with that. Maybe being around his sister, I mean, B Love does seem real playful and, funny. And maybe she just brings that out in him. I'm pretty sure my husband at work is a totally different person than he is at home. Like if you see him at work, he's probably very stoic and by the books. He probably is not as humorous as he is at home. And people probably think when they see us together that I'm the same, I'm real rigid and stoic like he is when he's at work. But that's just how he is when he's at work. Maybe Walt and Cindy are just not playful people together. You know what I mean? One of the people in the relationship got to be goofy. And if they're not, then they're just two boring people. And that's what they look like to me. It don't look like Cindy goofy, and it don't look like Walt is goofy by himself. I think Walt is one of those people that needs somebody to bring that goofy out in him. And if he don't have nobody to trigger that goofy, he not gonna be able to do it by himself. He just kind of like a turtle. Turtles will play if they're put in the right position. But other than that, they quiet and they kind of mind their own business. But if they're put in the right position with another turtle or a group of turtles that they enjoy, they will be more active and more playful. But if they're not, then they're just quiet. I think that's how Walt is. He needs somebody to bring that out in him. And his sister knows how to, how to bring that out. How to make him laugh and, be goofy and stuff. And it's cute. But maybe he's just not like that with her. And I don't have a problem with that. If I don't care. Cause if she like it, I love it. If she happy with him, then who am I to, and I don't know. I'm just, I don't know nothing about these people. I'm just giving other options. I'm just saying it could be or maybe because I don't know these people from a can of paint. And we'll never know. I'm just putting another option out there because I don't look at them with a totally negative lens. I try not to look at any situation with a totally negative lens. I try to sprinkle some positivity in there somewhere. I'm not, one of those people that look at people and say, oh, they should break up or he should leave her or she should leave. That's not me. You're not going to get that here. I hope nothing but the best for both of them. I just think that Cindy is going through something right now that is causing her to exhibit a little bit more anger than what I have seen her show in the past, unless I really haven't watched her videos enough to know that she is just naturally an angry person. And some people have those very angry, negative undertones. That's just who they are as a person. They just have a pop off spirit, which is unfortunate because who wants to live their life getting mad at everything that happens in their life? Every time something small happens, you're ready to fight. That's not the best way to live. You're always going to be upset. Your blood pressure and everything is always going to be out of whack because you're always angry. And I think that grief has a lot to do with it. Some people do not have the ability to handle grief alone. Some people need to go to therapy to help them to process their grief because there are different stages of grief. And if you don't understand that there are different stages of grief, there are different times, and grief can just, you could be feeling fine. You could think that you're feeling fine, and bam, out of the clear blue, something can happen and remind you of that person that has passed away. And then you go into this cycle because you haven't healed your grief. You haven't sat in your grief long enough to heal it. You just put something on top of it, and it's like a fire that didn't get put all the way out. There's no flame, but it's still smoldering, and it can come back. It will come back, and it's going to get you because you haven't taken care of it. Grief is like that. And it can get you anytime. It can get you 6 months after the death, a year after the death, 2 years after the death. There's still times. My mother passed in 2011. There are still times, like, her birthday. Every year, around her birthday, I get really sad. This year was really hard. Like, I really missed her this year. But I don't like going to the cemetery because the cemetery just makes it worse for me. And it was just like I just wanted that day to be over. Like, and it just seemed like that day just, her birthday is October the 25th. It just seemed like that day was the slowest day of my life. It just seemed like the day just drug on. And it just seemed like everything just kept coming to my mind. Her laugh, her cakes, the talks we used to have, her calling me on the phone, her, oh, let me tell you who won Jeopardy. Just all of these memories just kept flooding my mind. It was like my mind just opened up the floodgates of memories. It's so weird how grief will overtake you. I'm trying to, fight back these feelings. Like, I don't want to be sitting around all day crying because my mama not here, and I'm trying to, think of other things, or do other things to keep me busy. But it just seemed like everything I do, I would see something that would trigger my mom. Like, I'm on TikTok trying to, scroll through TikTok to, keep my mind busy. And guess what? I see other people that's done lost their mother. I'm like, God damn, I can't get away from it. So there's no time limit on grief. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. And even me, I done been through a whole year worth of grief therapy. Even me. It be having me in a chokehold. But I'm not angry. I'm not depressed. I'm not in denial. I know my mama gone. And, I'm not mad that other people still have their mother. I don't get upset like my husband. He still has his mom and dad. And I'm so happy for him. Like, I'm not jealous of other people. I'm just sad because my mom is not here. And we had so many great memories. And when things happen, like when we got our new car, I got sad again because I was like, gosh, I wish we could have drove over to mama's house and showed her the car because she would have been so happy. It's just things that trigger your feelings, especially a mother. I think the relationship between a mother and daughter is just different from any other relationship. And if you were close to your mother, and it seems like Cindy was close to her mom, you don't just get over the death of your mother. And I think towards the end, if I'm not mistaken, Cindy was taking care of her mother. She was one of her mom's caregivers. You don't get over that. You're not gonna get over that in a year. So I really, I think Cindy has got a lot of anger issues that she's dealing with. And as soon as she gets mad with somebody on social media, she just, pops off on them. And her popping off is just really bad. Because she done got two people Real bad. Now, everybody has their own opinion about, you know, about content creators, and everybody has their own feeling, or, we all see people differently because we're all looking through different lenses. My eyes are different from yours. They work the same way. All of our eyes work the same way, but we all see things differently. We all do. The mechanics of our eyes is the same. The way light is reflected through my cornea is the same way that it's reflected through yours. But when you look at something, a situation, you may see it totally different than the way that I see it. And that's totally fine. That's because we're two totally different people. We're totally different people. And it's fine for everyone to have a different opinion. But this is where the thing comes in at. As adults, we should be able to sit and talk and have those differing opinions without getting mad at each other. You should be able to have your opinion, speak your opinion. I should be able to have mine. And there should be no argument. Okay, well, I don't agree with you, and this is why. And then you'll say, okay, well, I don't really agree with you, and this is why. And we say, okay, I hear you. I hear you. I don't agree with you, but I hear you. And that's what I try to do over here. I try to hear other people's opinions. Now, I may not agree with you, and I'm going to let you know if I don't. But you can have your opinion. And we can go on to talk about something else because we are two mature adults who can have a conversation with differing opinions and still talk to each other. You see how that works? Now, if I don't like what you're saying, if you going off to the left and you talking crazy, yeah, I'm going to block you. Because I can do that. This is my channel. And I have the right to keep the conversation in the direction that I'm going in. If I'm going left, I need you to go left with me. If you go right, I'm going to need you to go on over there by yourself while I'm going left with the rest of the people. That's how it works over here. And if you want it to work differently, then you need to start your channel and you can go in whichever direction you choose. But over here, when we're talking about a certain thing, you're going to have to stay on topic, or you're going to find yourself outside the gates. Because I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. Especially over something that is not that important. And this stuff is not that important. It's interesting, but it's not important enough for me to sit up and waste my time arguing with someone that I don't know, I will never know, and you will probably never talk to me again after this conversation. Don't let people you know, even push you to the point where you have to get outside of your character over your opinion. Just block them and keep on going. Especially if you in charge. This is my platform. And you're not going to come over here and disrespect me in any way. You will find yourself outside the gate. You'll be outside the gate looking in or trying to figure out a way to come back after I done got rid of you. And that's sad to me. When somebody get rid of you, just leave. What you gonna come back for? Especially when you know they don't want you there. Why you gonna come back? Just go on and leave. You done been kicked out. So I don't know. It looks like she is finished arguing. But I don't think that, her storyline is over. Because I think she likes the attention. So I think this is going to keep going. She's going to, keep making her videos. I don't think Walt is going to do that much because he don't seem like that type. He don't seem like the type to want to do videos like that or, really want to be in any drama. But I think that Cindy will. I think that, you know, she likes the clicks and views. So she gonna keep doing it. And that's it, y'all. I just came in for a little while to see what y'all was doing. We've been on here an hour. Y'all know that I don't like to uh go too much past an hour. I don't like to stretch my voice for too long. So I may either see you guys tomorrow or Monday. My granddaughter is going to her first high school dance tonight. She's going to her homecoming dance. So she is at home now, getting dressed. I'm so happy for her that, she is doing a lot of things in high school. Well, she's a freshman. So, she's into the activities. She's wanting to be one of the popular kids. And I'm really happy for her. I was one of the nerdy kids in high school. I didn't do dances and all of that kind of stuff. I didn't even go to my prom. I know she's going to go off for prom and stuff. But this is her first homecoming, first high school dance. And I know that this is a big deal for a young lady. I know it is. Because I know had I been a popular kid in high school, I would have been going to the dances. And I did go to a couple of dances, but they were just like regular dances, like after school dances and stuff. Um, but yeah, this is homecoming. So she's getting, dressed up, flat ironed her hair and everything for this dance. So I'm so happy for her. I think her dad is going to, I think he said he's going to go over there before to take pictures and stuff. And he's going to pick her up after the dance. And I think she coming out here to stay with him for the rest of the weekend. So if she does, I'm gonna see if she'll come by tomorrow and maybe do like a little recap and talk about what it was like going to homecoming as a freshman. I'm so happy for her. I'm just really overjoyed. I told her to call me tomorrow, but I'm probably, when I get off of here, I'm probably going to text her and tell her that I'm going to be woke and to call me when she get home from the dance because I want to know the tea. What's the tea, girl? Tell me what happened. Tell me who was there, who was cute, girl. I want to know the tea. I'm that kind of grandma. Tell me the tea, girl. And I will stay woke to get the tea, honey. Because I know she ain't going to be out. I know they ain't going to have them kids out that late. Because it's just, I don't think they're going to stay up that late. So, yes, girl, call me and give me the tea. I want to know what's going on. So, that's it, y'all. I might come back if she is willing to do a video tomorrow. If I'm gonna call my son and ask him, and maybe he can get in a video too and say, what it's like as a dad to have your daughter going out to dances and preparing to date because she'll be 15 in December. So she'll be 15 really soon. My mother didn't let me officially date until I was 16. So I'm not really sure, what y'all be doing with y'all kids now. Y'all on that newfangled shit. Y'all be letting these kids go out earlier. So I'm not sure, but that would, be interesting, I think, for all three of us to sit down and, well, for the two of them to sit down and I interview them and ask him what it's like as a dad to see your daughter going to dances and, preparing to date and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think that'll be cute. I'm not sure if he's going to do it. I don't know, what plans they have, if she's coming or what. So we shall see. And I will talk to you guys either tomorrow or Monday. I think Monday we're going to do some readings. I did have a few people. I know Naya is one person that wanted a reading. And Naya is actually due a reading because she is a member of the channel. So I'll probably do a few readings on Monday because I haven't been doing any lately, but I do want to start back to doing those. So I think I want to dedicate maybe Monday 2 readings because then we start the week off on a good note with a reading, how to get your week started off. So I think Monday would be a really good day to do that. Oh, and today is the full moon. Don't forget, let me see what I think it's is it the harvest moon? The hunter moon. The hunter's moon. Ooh, this is the Halloween moon. So the origin of the hunter's moon, often known as the harvest moon, the travel moon, and dying grass moon in some traditions, is the first full moon after the autumnal equinox, which typically occurs in late September. This year, the hunter's moon will reach its full illumination on October the 28th. Is that today or tomorrow? That is today. So the moon is completely full tonight. Tonight will be a really good night to do a spiritual cleansing, to put your water out. If you want to have water on your altar, or you want to take a bath with the water, put your water in a mason jar, put it outside in a glass jar. If you don't have a mason jar, find you a glass jar or some type of glass container, not plastic. Glass is much better. Put it outside your house, outside, so that that moon energy can go through that and charge that water up. And you can use that water. You can drink it. You can take a bath with it. You can cleanse your head with it if you don't want to take, if you don't have enough to take a whole bath. You can cleanse your ori, which is your head. That's the best thing to cleanse anyway, because this is where all of the major energy is stored, is here in the head. So it's best to cleanse here first anyway. Forget about the body. Get the ori clean. Get your head clean. Get your mind right. And then your body will follow. So if you only have a limited amount because you only have a small glass container, use that to clean your head. You know, if you're having anger issues, whatever your issues are, this time of year is the time of year that a lot of people are going to either have anger issues or depression, because it's the dark part of the year. So if you have those issues, then those are the things that you need to concentrate on. Put your crystals out tonight. If you're living in an area where there's no rain, is your crystals are not going to get wet, put your crystals out tonight and let them charge under this hunter moon. Give them an opportunity to have the vibration raised on them, especially if you're using your crystals a lot. All of my crystals stay out, so they're constantly absorbing the energy in my bedroom. So I'm probably going to put my crystals out and let them charge under this moon. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to put them out now because the moon is directly, what time is it? The moon is probably directly over my backyard right now. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go out here and see. And if it is, I'm going to take some pictures and um, post them on the community wall. So if you're having, issues in your body, pray over the water. Let the moon charge it up. Get up in the morning, drink that water, and say a prayer over whatever is going on, and drink that living water. Okay? So I will talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the conversation, Miss Barbara. I really appreciated you, even though we both had differing opinions. We're both able to respect each other and have a good conversation, and I really appreciate that. And I hope that you come back and come back to the channel so we can have more conversations. So I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye.